What's going on, you guys? We are the Sports Table, back again. I believe this is episode 10. And today, just to give you a quick rundown of what topics we have going on, first we're going to delve into what does Russell Westbrook's contract extension mean for Thunder fans and Thunder. Does that mean if Paul George and Melo stay in long term? But we'll get into that. Then we'll be transitioning into our top 3 players at every position. And I don't think we'll deviate into like Eastern or Western Conference. I think it'll just be overall players at each position, top 3. And then we'll close by having a very fun argument, who is better currently, LeBron or Jordan, and we'll kind of take some different point of views and perspectives on that. But first, I know, Connor, you and I were talking a little bit just earlier about the Thunder and Westbrook's extension. So what do you think that means for Thunder? You were saying you think that Paul George may leave. What are your thoughts?
Well, currently, LeBron's definitely better than Michael Jordan. But the situation with that is they had a tweet coming out with Paul George saying that he knows exactly what he's going to do now. Or I don't remember what the tweet actually said.
Well, he was just saying that it makes his decision
a lot
easier.
Yeah,
so,
that's what it was.
I guess that's a cryptic message. We don't know what that means.
So I was reading it as there's been speculation about LeBron going to LA next year.
That's not happening.
They took. I mean, it might not happen. It might happen. They took pictures with his wife going around to different schools, maybe going there.
They live in. Well, they have a house in LA, and
exactly.
They worked out at a high school, and he did, in LA, and they were like, oh, he's testing out schools for his kid and all that. I'm like, well, whatever. His kid's not even close to being in high school, so I think that's irrelevant. And with Russell Westbrook's extension, I think it means more along the line that Paul George is more likely to stay, especially if they have a great year together, and no controversy. Like the KD thing, he wants to leave Russell, and Melo, he has a player option after next year, so worth like 26 to 28.
He ain't going to have that thing.
So I don't think he's gonna leave because
$26 million.
Who else is gonna pay him that? So I think those 3 will probably be there long term, and that is not good news for the Lakers. Unless they convince LeBron some way somehow to come.
See, that's what I'm saying though. If LeBron, I'm just saying this. It's not gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if LeBron goes there, if you're Paul George, who are you gonna play with? You gonna play with Russell Westbrook, or you gonna play with one of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I mean,
you go to LeBron James every single day of the week.
That's a different scenario. I mean, because at first it was just, is LeBron gonna go to LA to play with Paul George, not the other way around?
Exactly.
So once there's Paul George out the picture, he would have to convince, Paul George to leave. That means LeBron will have to do a lot of work behind the scenes instead of the Lakers doing the work. So I mean,
and I think what a lot of people skip past is the fact that Mac and I were talking today that LeBron, his career is toward the end half. I mean, he has about, probably in my opinion, 4 more years of really good solid basketball, then about maybe 6 to 7, pushing 8 of being in the NBA. So he's not going to want to go leave.
Does does LeBron stay in the NBA when he starts getting bad?
No.
I say no. I say he leaves when he gets I say if he starts if he takes a big hit one year, I think he just stops. There's no way he wants to be bad like Jordan was his last 2 years with the Wizards.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but all that I'm saying is if LeBron declines or whatever it is, he's not going to go join a rebuilding team.
Oh, no, he's going straight for a
such
championship.
as the Lakers. So I don't see him going out west, and that just means you have to play the Warriors earlier. And
exactly.
You're not going to get to finals, and you have the better shot to play him in the finals when everything's on the line, rather than the Western Conference Finals and something like that when there's a little bit less pressure. That pressure gets to guys differently. Finals versus Western Conference. So that's why I think LeBron doesn't go to Los Angeles. They don't have any other talent except for obviously Lonzo Ball that could kind of entice.
Is he a talent?
I mean,
well, for sure, but he'd be able to distribute and stuff, but LeBron doesn't need somebody to distribute to him. He'll create on his own. So that's why I'm saying I think LeBron stays in Cleveland, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens this season. I think this season has a lot to do with what goes on with LeBron and his decision.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with LeBron is not just, I guess it is Eastern and Western. I've been saying the whole time, why would he want to go out West? I mean, there's no incentive.
There's no reason for him to go West.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if he's in the East, like this year, he can take March and April off, just coast like he did last year. Who cares about the 2 seed if they have the 2 seed? I mean, they're just going to sweep whoever's in the conference finals anyway, home court or not. So, I mean, but in the West, home court matters. They're going to play, like I said, the conference semifinals will be if everything goes like we expected, Houston, Spurs, Golden State, and OKC. That's not even the conference finals. That's just the conference semifinals. So I mean, there's no reason for him to go out west.
We got a little bit off topic though. So do you think?
Yeah,
do you guys think Russell, Paul George, and Melo will all be there next year on OKC?
I think they'll be there until the end of their careers. To be honest,
to the end of their careers.
Yeah, because again, Melo now has gone where he wanted to follow the money. That didn't work out. He's gonna stay with a contender unless he can join.
What about Melo? Yeah, that's to say. I think Melo wouldn't love to join LeBron.
I mean,
exactly.
After this next year,
Melo is the iffy one. Melo is the one. If they get beat in the conference semifinals or they get swept or something.
Oh wait, Melo does has a player option after this year.
Yes, he's definitely going to stay with that $26 million. There's no doubt.
I mean, the only thing is if he can go somewhere and they're like, we'll give you $20 million for 1 year or $15 million for 1 year.
Yeah.
Does he take that pay cut to play with LeBron?
I think he does. That's a guaranteed championship.
Do the Cavs have the money?
Probably they would if they get rid of
Tristan Thompson gotta go.
I agree.
But they have no center.
But
Kevin Love?
Okay, what if LeBron's like, I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Philly, pay me $25 million for 1 year. Pay my boy Melo $15 because I know they have abundance of cap. They can make free cap.
I mean, they pay JJ Redick $20 million.
Yeah, so I mean,
they have a ton of money.
They have money. So I feel like, hey, pay us and we'll come win you a championship, but we leave after that. Man, that's.
So you think Melo and LeBron would do that?
That's a deal. Well, I mean, no.
1 year leave? Yeah.
Oof.
Why? Who knows?
But would Phil be the location though to go?
I don't know. I'll just name it an up and coming Eastern Conference team. I mean, the teams are so strapped.
Could they go join the Bucks with Giannis, LeBron, and Giannis and Melo?
They wouldn't have the money.
They wouldn't have the money.
Nah,
see, this is, in my opinion, this is where talk gets crazy because I think we all realistically know LeBron's going to stay in Cleveland the rest of his career unless it's like Mike said, a 1 year kind of very end of his career. When LeBron's competitive and still has the drive that he does and still has the pedigree in him, he's not leaving Cleveland. Yeah. It's realistic.
Let's just be honest. What situation is better than his in Cleveland right now?
Exactly.
Unless he goes and joins the Warriors, and that's not happening.
Yeah, and that's what you have to look at as a person, as a man, and as an individual. What situation? Anyways, but like Connor said, getting back a little bit on topic, I believe that if this experiment in Oklahoma City works, and first of all, Sam Presti did a phenomenal job in getting these guys for he got
it for nothing.
Yeah, for a handbag and a piece of lint out of a belly button. That's what he got Melo and PG for. So
and he got rid of that crappy contract of Oladipo, right?
Cantor.
Well, Oladipo didn't have it yet. They gave it to him in Indiana.
Contract. So
Cantor has a $17 million.
Oh, so it's Cantor. Okay.
So Sam Presti did a really, really good job. I think if this experiment goes really well, and in my opinion, what I think is going to happen this year, Oklahoma City takes down Golden State in a couple games.
Woo!
I do think they get them in at least 2 or 3 and push the series to 6 or 7 games. I think Western Conference Finals is OKC Golden State.
Say that this team gets, say they lose in the first round of the playoffs
to the Thunder. I mean, well,
no, like
you're saying the Thunder loses in the first.
Just
round.
Say the Thunder gets upset in the first round. Does Paul George go to LA then?
I don't think he goes to LA. I think he goes to Cleveland, if anything.
How is that happening?
What's the money working at?
I think they would do another trade. The Thunder would do another type of trade.
No. Paul George only has 1 year in his contract. Like, this is it. He's a free agent after this year.
Trying to sign and trade, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Trade. I mean, a lot of what ifs. I mean,
it's too many speculations for next year.
Yeah, exactly. All I know is this upcoming season is going to be great.
This episode.
I think Oklahoma City gives.
Okay, another curve. What are the odds KD leaves Golden State? Like, if LeBron's like, KD, come play with your boy. But see, let's go play somewhere.
Here's how it goes. We're just going to get into you can have these discussions for hours and hours and hours. You know what I mean?
There was a tweet that came out today that said Klay Thompson's willing to take a pay cut to keep the Warriors core together.
That's ridiculous, man.
He's willing to take a pay cut to keep that four together.
I would too if it was almost a guaranteed championship every year.
I mean, what's a pay cut like? I mean, nowadays, like he get paid.
Like KD,
35.
KD took his pay cut from 35 to 29 or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all know, but literally this year the cap is going up by about $8 million more.
No, this year is going from 101 or 99 to like 103 or something, and then the year after that, it's like 101 to 109.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like 8 or 9 million even more. So I mean, they're going to even have.
But that means
more
bigger
money.
Contracts too.
Sure, and that's why I think LeBron's waiting to sign. Probably, and again, this is why LeBron's done it for so long. Even when he came back to Cleveland at first, he signed a 2-3 year deal, right?
Something small. Was like 3 with a player option, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
this one that he's on now was like a 1 year, and then it's a 2 year, but a player option the second year.
2 + 1. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he'll
I thought
wait.
it was 1 + 1, but it's
No,
not
I think
like
the first one was 1 + 1.
Oh, okay, the first
and
one.
then,
I gotcha.
Second one was 2 + 1.
But anyways, let's move on a little bit here. Who are your top? We'll start with the point guards of all time, and we'll go just Connor, Mike, me, and then we'll go.
We can just go flip flop. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll go like that and just flip back down the row. So after I'll say my last. I'll go with my shooting guards.
Yeah.
So go with your first, your 3 point guards of all time.
I had Magic at 1, had Oscar at 2, and then old Isaiah Thomas at 3.
Okay,
I like that.
Why is Oscar your second? Or you think he's actually better than Isaiah Thomas?
I mean,
or John Stockton, or any of the players?
I do think Oscar is better than John Stockton.
Okay, but if we're given, I guess, because we kind of had talks about the old and he,
Yeah, the old and new players.
But yeah, so what about Oscar? He averaged a triple double.
Yeah, he had great numbers,
and that's his numbers game. So you think Russell Westbrook would be top 3?
Well, Russell Westbrook only averaged triple double 1 year. But he's not gonna average triple double that long.
Oh, he's not gonna average a triple double again.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna do it.
But
again.
I'm just saying, like, he had more triple doubles in the season than Oscar. He averaged triple double, and he had a historical season. Do you think he would be a top 3 player though?
No. I mean, he has a chance to be.
I guess it's a huge what if because he has like
what if.
almost 10 more seasons in him probably. But
yeah, I mean, how old is he? Like 20,
27,
27?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he's not old, but I guess mine be something similar. I would pick Magic Johnson number 1, of course.
I think everyone has Magic number 1.
Yeah, I think that's the easy one, number 1. And then I was playing the advocate, but I don't know if I want Oscar or Isaiah at 2. I love Isaiah Thomas, because of what he did in Detroit. He was I can't say his team was the first team that ever made it tough on MJ, ever. MJ couldn't win at first because of them. So I want to put Isaiah Thomas at 2.
Think about how crazy this is, by the way. Sorry to interject, but Isaiah didn't make the dream team. Do you know why, by the way? That was because
MJ.
of Jordan.
Yeah. Who'd you rather have?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, there could have been other players on the dream team that that Isaiah Thomas could have taken their places, but I'm saying that it was because Michael Jordan hated Isaiah.
I know. I'm just saying, who would you rather have?
Gotcha.
MJ or Isaiah?
Piss off the GOAT, piss off one of the greatest of all time.
It's either say him or me, and who are you gonna pick?
Everyone's gonna pick Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But then 3, probably Oscar Robinson as well.
So you're gonna go Magic, IT, Oscar. So you just flip 2 and 3.
Yeah, basically just flip 2. I mean, there's so many. I mean, like I said, John Stockton. You have Jerry West. I mean, you have so many great.
Question:
point
do you
guards.
think if Steph Curry keeps playing, does he have a chance to crack the top 3 or no?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, he already has the I guess stats. He MVP, averaged 30 in the season. He has 2 championships. He has 2 MVPs.
Those championships are going to keep flowing too if that team stays together.
Exactly, and you can't put it like you do with KD and say KD joined them. I mean,
Steph was there. He won that championship.
He was the guy.
Won it. Yeah.
So I mean, they beat a depleted Cavs team, but they still won. It doesn't matter how. I guess how they won. They still won.
Again, Bill Russell won 11 championships in a row.
Yeah,
against 5'8" white plumbers.
Yeah, championships aren't the defining factor. I know that, but. He also has the accolades, numbers, and the best shooter of all time.
He beat a LeBron twice in a championship. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I mean, he beat LeBron by himself once.
Yeah, by himself once, and then he had help the second time. He
re-upped with KD. So.
Yeah. But, I mean, he still beat LeBron twice in the finals.
He still beat LeBron twice.
Like, he beat one of the best players of all time.
Yeah. So
it's like IT beating Michael Jordan. Like, he did it.
Exactly. They did it. It doesn't matter when.
Going to you, Ryan. Your top 3.
Here's my top 3. Maybe a little bit surprised. I'm going to say Magic at 1. I'm going to say Oscar at 2 and John Stockton at 3.
Better than Isaiah Thomas.
Here's why.
Jesus Christ.
Here's why. Yes, Isaiah Thomas was a phenomenal point guard and some of the most grittiest plays ever, and was a ridiculous athlete and things like that. Playing on that ankle after that horrific sprain, and for him to be able to go out there and he couldn't even walk afterwards. That was legendary. However,
kind of like Michael Jordan's flu game almost.
Yeah, and that was actually real though. I still doubt about Jordan's flu game To be honest with you, I think that's a little bit of the myth. I think that's a little bit of the myth of legend. That's kind of like the same thing as if when they say, Bo Jackson jumped over a 15-foot river.
So you're saying, but that's jumping over a river. He's sick. That's.
I know, but I'm saying no. But I'm saying like that's the myth. That's a folk tale behind these athletes, these celebrities.
But why would he lie about being sick?
But you can tell in that game, the replays of that game.
Yeah.
He was,
so no one out
good.
of his whole entire team would ever come out and be like he wasn't really sick that night.
Well, how do they really know? I mean, I'm not saying that
he was faking sick.
No. That's the thing. No. I'm not saying that he wasn't sick. I'm saying the fact that what it was and how bad it was. People
so you're downplaying playing with the flu.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he didn't have the flu.
Okay,
I agree he was sick. I'm saying I think a lot of people.
I disagree wholeheartedly with it.
Well, I mean, you could disagree, but I just think that's what.
Have you ever had the flu?
I have twice actually.
How bad is it?
Terrible, and that's why I'm saying I really doubt that he could play a basketball game on that. I was bedridden, puking, and everything like that, and that's why
he was puking between quarters.
Yeah,
he went to the bathroom puking.
Downplay if he did though. If
he did, that's phenomenal. But again, that's why I'm just saying I wonder if it was on the back half of the flu or something.
All right, so going back to your top three, you had John Stockton over IC. Why?
Yes, simply for the fact of. And Stockton never won a championship, which is unfortunate. So I think that's a way that a lot of people do that. But Stockton's the all-time assist leader. Some of John Stockton's passes were some of the most ridiculous passes I've ever seen, highlights and things like that. Obviously, I never watched him play live, but ridiculous passes. And you know how sometimes people say, you were just talking about Curry. If he beats these 3-point records and do things like that, that'll put him ahead. So if you're the all-time assist leader, I think that gives you a little bit of a nod. I mean, what is the point guard supposed to do? Facilitate. So if you're the number one facilitator ever, doesn't that put you almost in the top three? I mean, that's almost a logical way of thinking.
Another question, does CP3 somehow pass him?
In total assists or in all-time ranking?
You can argue that.
No, assist-wise.
Sure. I think he might.
Can CP3 pass him all the time? I mean, if CP3 wins a ring, that accolades
and CP3 is way better defensively.
Yeah, exactly. Him and CP3 and John Stockton are very relatable players because they play
both about 6'1".
Yeah, similar.
Very good passers, old traditional
point
guards.
Who would you take? I'm taking CP3.
Wow.
Talent-wise?
Wow.
CP3.
Well, you better take a young CP3 in Portland, not a CP3 in latter half. Huh?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah, excuse me. I was thinking Pelicans, but I guess you'd take Chris Paul there. But past that, heck no, not right now. I wouldn't.
Not right now. Of course. I mean, okay, that's that, of course.
But, are you saying prime CP3 versus prime John Stockton?
Exactly.
Yes. CP3 was a dog. I mean, John Stockton was too. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I'm just saying CP3 is different. Their careers are so much alike. I think they're in the same, tier.
Sure.
And I guess other point guards. Where would you put Steve Nash and
my question is
Jason Kidd?
My question is, do you have is Stockton your number 4 guy all time right now?
I don't know. I didn't really think that.
Okay, so we have Magic, Oscar, IT, and Oscar. Between us three so far, do you put is there even a chance you have Steph Curry or CP3 above Nash?
Oh, that's a good question.
See,
that's so hard.
It's tough. I mean,
because there's so many great point guards, but Steph Curry, CP3 above Nash was so
or either not both of them. Is Steph Curry above him or is CP3 above him?
See, again, here's what you have to also remember: what is a point guard? Steve Nash was also a true point guard with what he did. Curry, again, I think is revolutionizing the game and what people are thinking of as point guards. Because honestly,
he wasn't the first guy to change the point guard name.
Sure, no. I completely agree. I'm just saying.
Derrick Rose was before him.
Yeah, but wait, what?
Derrick Rose was before him.
What are you saying? Are you saying change the point guard position? I'm saying as a shooter. Curry is a 2. Let's be realistic. Curry is a 2. He's a good passer, but he's a good 2 passer.
But we put Allen Iverson at the 2 because he wasn't this quote-unquote point guard, so that means Derrick Rose would be a 2 guard. Russell Westbrook would be 2 guard.
They are. They all are. You just named
2
guards.
I don't see that.
I don't think they're... No,
Westbrook
just because you're not...
college for a reason.
Just because you're not a... Because he couldn't play point guard at the time. Just because... you have to learn how to play point guard. It's not something you just wake up and do.
I agree.
But just because you're not like Jason Kidd and you pass first, or you're Steve Nash and pass first, that doesn't mean you're not a point guard.
Did your passing first point guard and you're shooting first, scoring first?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the game now, James Harden is a 2 guard, but they try to play him more because he's a playmaker. If you want to call them more of playmakers, then like LeBron said, he wants playmakers. Like D-Wade's a playmaker. He's not a point guard. Point guards can initiate the offense. Like you said, D-Wade can run point guard. I disagree because the point guards initiate the offense, get everybody set, and once you play point guard, it's hard to run the play through you if that's not the system.
Sure, I agree, and that's why again I think to some extent, like I mean, I've watched Curry in finals and playoffs and things like that, and then we need to move on to shooting guards and stuff like that. But I've watched Curry multiple times make poor passes. And
of course,
things like that,
turnovers.
Where he's obviously not a.
He's gonna be too flashy sometimes.
Yeah, and he's not a facilitate first guy. And then there is to say he's had some phenomenal passes in his career. Again, that's why I say he is more of a facilitating shooting guard and a good passing shooting guard, simply because of the numerous amount of 3-pointers he chucks up. And when here's the thing, you know how you just said initiate
the offense.
But hold on. Yeah. Well, hold on. When you say initiate the offense, when Curry crosses half court, he becomes a threat to shoot. What would Stockton, Isaiah, Nash, all these guys do? They're going to set a play, they're going to run a play. They're not going to pull from half court.
They run plays though. I mean, Golden State's one of the most potent offenses in the league.
Agree,
not because they're just shooters, it's because the offense they run. Like they have. But the reason KD wanted to go there is because of the way they run their offense.
For sure, and KD even arguably became a better player now
also
in Golden State than was in the Thunder.
Also remember, Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. If John Stockton can shoot a 3 that well, he could pull up whenever he wanted to too.
Steve Nash, I mean, Steve Nash went 1-on-1. Steve Nash shot he shot a lot of threes. Look at D'Antoni. He was in D'Antoni's system. You know they shot threes. So it's not, I mean, Steve Nash, he was a phenomenal point guard. I'm not downing that, but he shot the 3. I mean, he played 1-on-1. He had flashy plays, and they never won either. I mean, they played him and Amari Stoudemire played similarly to Stockton and Karl Malone. They played that pick and roll game. They had some isolation. They played fast. I mean, they didn't run a lot of offense. They scored like 130 points a game and allowed 120. And I mean, that was the way they played. I mean, Jason Kidd was the only point guard. Only point guard in probably the 2000s that crossed the half court and dominated the floor by just passing because he could not shoot. And that's something LeBron only does now. Like, he can dominate the game by passing. That's not what everybody does. I mean, it's not just simply passing the ball for point guard. It's a lot more to it.
All right, so moving on to shooting guards. We're going to start with you, Ryan.
Yep.
And we're going to get your top 3 shooting guards.
Obviously, I have Mike at 1, Michael Jordan at 1. Got to. I have D-Wade at 3 and Kobe at 2. I want a 3 off there.
I was about to say,
wow. I wanted to see if I could throw you a little curveball there.
Yeah. You almost got me.
I know.
D-Wade at 2.
I know. I think I fooled you.
You almost got me.
But again, championships speak for themselves. Kobe was a cold-blooded killer. I'll give you this quick little story about Kobe for you guys that like your NBA history. Kobe was obviously always Kobe Bryant. However, I don't know if you guys know the moment that Kobe truly became the Black Mamba, but it was a game against the Magic in 2000, and I think it was 4, and it was against Tracy McGrady, who at the time, and Kobe would later go on to say that the only player in NBA history that Kobe ever played against that he couldn't check was T-Mac. So
T-Mac was raw.
Yeah, and injuries unfortunately derailed his career. But anyways, there was a night in 2004, and this is amidst the whole, rape allegations and scandal and things like that. And Kobe at halftime of this game had 1 point and was 0 for 11. T-Mac had 22 points. Kobe finished the game with 39. T-Mac finished the game with 21. Didn't score the entire second half. Kobe said in a post-game interview afterwards, he said, "I sat there in the locker room and thought, you may lose your family, you may lose your house, you may lose your life, your freedom, but you're damn well not going to lose basketball." And after that, Kobe went from averaging 18 points in the first 30 games of that season to over the next 10, 15 games, averaging 34. He scored, that was when he went on the run of 56, 58, 66, 62, 60, 53. He didn't score under 53 points for 11 games.
Yeah, that run was ridiculous.
That's when he became the Black Mamba.
All right, moving on to you, Mike.
I mean, my list is the exact same. The only debate I ever had was AI was he gonna be above Wade, and AI, that was a tough one because doesn't have rings, blah 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 blah. But he's the only player other than LeBron that took a team to the finals by himself?
Wade?
No, AI.
Okay.
Well, Wade, you could argue that he won by himself, but I mean that's a solid argument. But AI was literally by itself. I mean, he didn't have anybody.
Aaron McKee. I mean,
yeah,
you go down the list, these are scrubs.
No, old Dikembe Mutombo.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't a good team at all, but he made it work. They built that team around him. I guess it was before threes became so popular. But yeah, that's my list is the same.
So my list is the same as yours, except I put AI instead of D-Wade.
Man, that's a solid
Well,
argument.
here's a quick thing just to end the shooting guard, and then you go ahead with your small forwards, Connor. But the thing that's crazy is, with all the things that have been going on this offseason in the NBA, Nick Wright put it best. He said, if nothing else happened this NBA offseason, we'd be looking at this D-Wade Cavs acquisition is the biggest thing since, like,
Exactly.
LeBron leaving to go back to Cleveland, because that's how great D-Wade is. And even if, I don't want to get into the whole debate if D-Wade's going to be good or not on the Cavs, but even just you bring that championship pedigree and that locker room, style and the winning pedigree, as they all like to say, that in and of itself is more valuable than, a lot of young scores. But anyways, I just wanted to say that, we're all talking about D-Wade as top 3, top 4 shooting guard, and the Cavs just got him.
Yeah.
So they have, one of the best small forwards of all time, if not the best. A top 3 shooting guard of all time. A great scorer in Isaiah, D-Rose, but that was just here nor there. I just wanted to go ahead and throw that in. But go ahead, what's your 3 small forwards?
I think top 2 should be the same for everybody. But I mean, it's debatable. It's LeBron James, and I have Larry Bird at 2. And then my 3rd, I had Julius Erving. I threw him in there.
Ooh.
I mean, that's my 3.
That's your 3 as well?
That's exactly my 3.
Okay.
I change up a little bit. I go ahead and put Elgin at 3.
Elgin Baylor? Oh,
and again,
like Elgin Baylor.
I don't know if you all have necessarily watched a lot of Elgin, but this guy could score. He could rebound. He could pass. He was the LeBron before the LeBron. Let's be real.
This is all at 6'5".
Yeah, he cannot shoot a lick.
Yeah, exactly. He was your, prototypical, small forward at that time. And I think that, again, sometimes basketball, even back then, was positionless, except for the center and point guard. But, that's why you just had your wings. And
all right, so let's bring this up, though. KD, does he have a chance to break the top 3, or does he have a chance to be better than Bird of all time?
No.
No Bird? No Bird or no top 3?
No Bird.
Better than Bird, yes. I'm telling you.
Okay.
If we're debating...
What are you arguing about? You have a KD shirt on right now.
I do. Okay. It was bought for me, and I like to wear shirts that are bought for me, but
okay, KD is a phenomenal player.
He's a one-in-a-lifetime player.
He's 6'11".
He's 7 foot. Give him 7 foot.
Handle like a point guard.
Yep.
Score, arguably the best scorer in the league.
Yeah, I would easily say that.
And is a heck of a defender. He is a heck of a defender.
At OKC, he was an okay defender, but when he got to the Warriors, he bought into the system, and he's becoming a defender.
He is a good post defender.
He's a good wing defender.
No. Here's how
he did a phenomenal job.
Here's how KD's defense gets overstated, in my opinion.
How?
His length is something that helps him block shots.
But you can't take that away from him, though.
I'm not taking that.
That's
away.
Like saying LeBron's stature is a. You got to take that away. I mean, now you got to act. Like, you can't take like LeBron's strength and be like he's bigger than people. So I mean,
if LeBron wasn't 6'8" and as strong as he is, I don't think he'd be near as effective as he is.
Okay, if KD wasn't 7 foot and as long as he was, if he was 5'10", he wouldn't be a dominant player.
All my thing is, you guys can't disrespect Larry Bird. This man had some of the most ridiculous.
Larry Bird still be top 3 of all time. I'm just saying, can KD go to number 2 behind LeBron James?
KD. So you're saying KD's talent isn't on Bird's talent?
Scoring is. I'm just saying everything
else.
I think KD has almost better. I think he has better talent than Bird.
Exactly. He doesn't have the accolades.
Again, maybe I was going to bring this up in the beginning of the podcast, but it's sometimes tough for us as guys that are living in this era right now to really realize the greatness of these players that are playing again because
of course.
Curry, LeBron, KD. I think in 10, 15 years they'll go down as some of the greatest players ever to play the game. You don't realize what you have until it's gone. So. I think when we reflect and we look back, we'll say that these players were, some of the greatest of all time. But I don't think right now.
I think KD has a good shot at getting number 2.
Yeah.
We'll go to you. Powerful. Okay.
I'm not saying right now he's better. Like he has. I think talent-wise, him and Bird. I mean, talent-wise,
He's more talented than Bird.
Yeah, like he's a phenomenal talent. He just doesn't have the accolades to bypass them.
What are your power forwards first for you, Ryan?
My first power forward is probably Karl Malone.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. No, stop. Keep going.
So you put him above Tim Duncan?
I put Tim Duncan right at 2.
Oh, you're sick in the head, dude.
Let him go. Third.
Well, I haven't even gone as really deep as 3, but
it don't matter no more. You didn't put Tim Duncan at 1.
I mean, I don't even know.
Tim Duncan, arguably top 10 all time player.
Again,
he's right there with him and Kobe.
Again, I don't think you understand.
Come on, let's have a ring.
I know, I agree, and the reason I only put him there is simply for the fact of he always delivered.
Obviously he didn't.
Huh?
Obviously he didn't.
He didn't want to ring.
If you had to go against Jordan, Tim Duncan never had.
Tim Duncan had Tim Duncan through 20 years of his career didn't lose. He didn't. He always had a 50-win season.
He never had a losing
20
season.
consecutive years.
Can I tell you something that's gonna hate you? It's gonna make you hate me for the rest of this podcast.
Go ahead.
It's
already there.
Tim Duncan is a system player.
Oh, you and Connor are so done with this. I'm not letting this one go. I'm not letting this one go. No, you're done talking. No. Tim Duncan's a system player?
Yes.
No, Tim Duncan's not a system player. Without Tim Duncan, the Spurs wouldn't have won those
Who gave
those
Tim
years.
Duncan his start?
No.
David Robinson, one of the greatest centers of all time.
He was beside Dave Robinson at his later years.
No, I'm saying...
they didn't win a ring
What?
with Dave Robinson. Dave Robinson didn't win a ring with Tim Duncan, did he?
Yeah, they won. They won 1997.
They didn't win a ring. They didn't win a ring that year. That was his rookie year, and Jordan won that year.
Okay, the year after that, I believe, is the year that the Spurs won the championship.
The Spurs. Look this up because I don't really.
I got it.
But the Spurs and Tim Duncan years you can't say he's a system player by any means. The Spurs have a phenomenal system in which they make Patty Mills look great.
Give me your top 3 right now.
$50 million player, but
I have to go ahead and give you my third after my.
Tim Duncan is by far the best power forward.
Their first championship was 99.
99.
Okay. That's what season number 4.
What year was David Robinson in that year?
Dead.
They had the number 1. No, Tim Duncan. No, you're making me stutter right now because how blasphemous both of you two sound.
Blasphemous
with Tim Duncan being a system player.
Yes.
How do you?
And then at 3, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, but I have it as a tie.
Nothing surprised me no more.
Between
a tie? How you gonna put a tie?
Is a tie between KG and Charles Barkley.
All right, so before you go, I want to say mine, so you can yell at me if you want to. But my top.
Wait, are you in the same idea as me as Tim Duncan system? System play.
My top 3 is Duncan 1. Duncan's 1.
Okay.
I got Dirk 2.
Oh.
And then I got Karl Malone 3.
This is a Jalen. Whoa.
Okay. I mean, you could do it. That's fine. You ain't gonna say whoa to having Dirk 2 and Karl Malone 3.
Because Duncan is a system player.
He's not a system player. He's a Hall of Famer by far.
And here's why I said him.
By
he is
far.
He totally is. This is the same thing. Tom Brady is also a system quarterback.
You're sick.
No.
You're sick.
Are you crazy?
No. You're sick.
What?
No.
You're sick. Tom Brady.
No.
He's never coming back.
No. Yeah, exactly. He might get kicked off.
No.
Dude, no. Tim Duncan is... so Mono's a system player? Kawhi's a system player?
Yes.
Kawhi's a system player.
No.
He's a third.
Kawhi's...
What?
Kawhi came in...
How is Duncan a system player and Kawhi's not?
Kawhi came in with Manu, with Tony Parker.
And he joined the system. Joined the system.
So the system made Kawhi. The system, none of the hard work, none of the way, not the way he plays. So if he's a system player, that means he cannot be a top 3 player in the league. What you said he had.
The prototypical system player is Draymond Green.
Yeah,
Draymond Green is the system player.
Okay. And so is Tim Duncan.
No, Tim Duncan is not a system player. Oh
system
my!
Player.
Go watch Tim Duncan film.
I have.
And tell me that his game yells system player. Patty Mills is a system player. Patty Mills, Danny Green is a system player.
Right, here's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm using the incorrect version. I'm not going to back down from what I think about Duncan. I'm saying that he is better. He looks better on paper because of the Spurs culture and tradition.
Completely disagree.
While Duncan has some of the best skills, he's Mr. Fundamental. That bank shot was phenomenal. That bank shot was money. That was a 90.
Unstoppable move. Unstoppable move.
Well, Here's something interesting. I think here are the top 3 unstoppable moves of all time: Kareem's hook shot, Dirk's fadeaway, and Tim Duncan's bank.
Exactly. You give, but that's just that.
So you're getting mad at me with Dirk?
But
No. I was just simply saying Dirk, that you had Dirk over Karl Malone because Dirk's a phenomenal player.
Time out. Mike, you haven't given us a top 3 yet. You go.
I have Duncan,
Yep.
Karl Malone, and then Dirk. And then you have KG and Charles Barkley. We're doing accolades included. Charles Barkley not on their level accolades, but
Sure,
he's phenomenal.
KD's had more. Kevin Garnett's had more championships than Dirk, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
back to
but Dirk did not have Ray Allen and Paul Pierce at a period of time either.
Yeah.
back to that 99 championship. David Robinson averaged 16.6 points a game, 11.8 rebounds, and 3 blocks
So a double-double.
a game.
Is an old guy.
Tim Duncan averaged 27.4 and 14. 2.2 blocks, 2.4 assists.
As a young guy, third year in the league.
He
Third
shot,
year in the league.
He shot 54%.
System player.
He played
carrying David Robinson.
Carrying.
He carried that squad.
He played.
Name the stats again.
He played 46 minutes a game. Duncan did.
Here's what it is.
46
System player.
minutes a game.
David
System
Robinson
player.
passed the torch of the system on to.
No.
Okay, hold on. How old was? Hold on. Time out. How old was D-Rob at this time?
It don't matter.
Yes, it does. Because
don't
here's what's
matter.
gonna. How old was D-Rob at the time?
It don't matter though.
Hold on,
it don't
please.
matter. But you were like he played with David Robinson to get his ring.
Blinders. How old was D-Rob at the time?
You're backing my point.
No.
I gotta search it up again.
Okay, but he was.
We'll say
later
D-Rob's.
years.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Definitely.
So D-Rob was averaging a double-double because of the system. That's what I'm saying. He would have been a bum on any other team.
No, you can't say that.
I can, and I just did, and I damn will. I got a black and mild in my mouth, and I got my eyes like Jordan.
No, you can't say that the system barely had started at that time. The system barely. David Robinson was already a great
D-Rob was
player.
34-35.
Thank you. D-Rob 34-35 on any other team's not averaging a double-double. Tell me that's with a straight face.
No, you can't say that at all. That's just like saying Jordan on any other team other than the Wizards or the Bulls won to average 20 in his later years. No.
Jordan's the greatest of all time. D-Rob is completely different. Tim Duncan's
Okay.
completely different. Jordan was another guy.
No.
Same thing with LeBron.
No,
LeBron's going to be able to average those numbers, and when he's 34, 35, 36.
So did when you're a great player
Who
in your
else?
later years, you average phenomenal. Kobe had 60 in his final game.
Because they gave him a rock.
Shot, but he was
System.
If they give me the rock, I can't get 60 no game. If they give me the rock, I
Took
can't
50
get,
shots damn well. You can.
I know I can't. Not no NBA.
Against the Jazz? And
Against-
Gordon oh, come on.
But he was shot, right? But he was an old guy. He was shot, right?
Oh,
that my point proven.
So say
60.
say you're 39, going out there right now, and you got to score 60 points in a game. You ain't gonna do it every single time.
I'm not going to go score 60 points if I'm 21. I'm not going to back up. But I'm not saying I'm that type of basketball player.
But Kobe was shot though. No, we're not moving on. We're not gonna move on. Don't say all right. No, you're saying Tim Duncan was a system player when he came into the league, but carried the Spurs to that championship. Gave David Robinson that championship.
Okay.
So after that last podcast, I did look at Tim Duncan film, and I don't think he's a system player anymore. After I said that the first time,
you have to watch this guy play and tell him and Kobe are in the same. Like 7-8 player all time.
You've now done the same thing that Max Kellerman does with Stephen A. Smith. You let Stephen here bully you down.
I didn't bully him. He did it by himself.
I looked at the film and I actually saw him play. Like
after Mike gave you great mental distraught.
No,
you were sitting in your bed crying after Mike yelled.
Ryan, your homework tonight is to go watch Tim Duncan play and then tell me if he's a system player. Tell me if that
I've watched Tim Duncan film. I've played with Tim Duncan in 2K.
You know if DWade in Miami, that's like saying DWade in Miami because they had a great team for a run was a system player. That's like saying
DWade built that team. DWade built that team.
Tim Duncan
did that to the Spurs. Tim Duncan Spurs. Without Tim Duncan, the Spurs aren't the Spurs. You telling me Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili is carrying the Spurs to 5 championships?
Okay.
No. They're not 50 wins for 20 years without Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Now we can move on to centers.
Okay.
Give me your centers.
If that's what you say. My centers.
Yes.
I have number 1 Kareem. I have number 2 Wilt. I have number 3 Shaq. I think that's gonna be pretty close. Maybe the only thing that's gonna switch is Bill Russell. But again, Kareem had the most unstoppable move of all time. Wilt, arguably, if not one of the greatest athletes ever to be in the NBA, simply based on his height, speed, athleticism. strength. I mean, it was really ridiculous. They were showing these numbers of what he could lift and things like that, and it's crazy. That's why I have him at 2. And then Shaq, during that 2000s period, arguably he carried Kobe at first and brought them those first couple championships. And there was a time when nobody could stop Shaq. You never heard of a Shaq stopper. Nobody could get him. I mean, there were guys that were 7'3" that were put on him, bullied. Yao Ming, 7'6", bullied. Shaq dropped his pants to his ankles and raped him. I mean, bullied. It's just, Shaq was unstoppable. So
your top 3 now, Mike.
Okay, I got Kareem at 1. I have Shaq 2, and then my 3 is tough because I want to say Wilt, but I don't buy into the Wilt skill, and more than he was just bigger than everyone else.
Yeah, it was 30 and 20.
But
his whole career.
Okay, that's just like saying if Shaq was up against 6'7" players, 6'6" players.
Well,
I think he would averaging 30 and 20
But to use your argument against you then, well, you just said it. Huh?
Is that the KD
Well,
thing?
no. He was saying skill, lack of skill for Wilt. Yes. Well, yes, Shaq was very good. You could
no. Don't say Shaq didn't have no skill.
No.
Don't you do
I'm
it.
not saying Shaq didn't have skill, but I'm saying he played bully ball, and so did Wilt Chamberlain.
But it was a fair game.
What do you mean?
See,
Shaq was playing guys his helmet height.
But Shaq was early Shaq days before he let himself get away a little bit. He would get the rebound and go coast to coast.
I agree.
Shaq would have post moves, hook shots. I mean, Shaq was nice.
Hold on. If you're going to define skill, when I hear skill of a center, I think Hakeem, Kareem.
Yes, that's why
I think
Hakeem's
those
my
guys with post players. I think shimmies. I think things like that. Shaq was a back to the bucket type of guy that would just simply bruise you and bully you in, dunk on your head, run the floor. Yeah, that's not skill. That's athleticism right there. Running the floor and going coast to coast. Hell yeah, it is. That's just athleticism.
Dribbling down the court without getting ripped.
He's a center doing that.
So that's just like saying.
All right, so he has a little bit of ball handle. Come on. Wilt had handles. If you honestly look at it, yeah, he did.
Where's the film?
Probably lost in the fucking, wherever else the 50 shit goes.
Exactly. So you can't say, if you haven't seen him, you can't say he had no ball.
So who's your number 3?
I have Hakeem as my 3.
Wow.
Okay.
But because he also has 2 rings. Once Jordan left, he dominated. He dominated. No, he was the unstoppable
Hakeem
player.
also had Clyde and also had.
But they came to him.
I know.
He was it.
If I had to pick a 4, I'd say Hakeem, and then I'd say 5 Bill Russell.
Exactly.
So I have Kareem, then Shaq, then I have Wilt.
Okay. That's fine, but
Fair.
Wilt was my 4. But Wilt, I say that because I downplay that when he goes against 6'6", 6'7" guys when the league just started. Like in the league's early days, I don't buy that. And then with your argument against Shaq, he was getting triple teamed though. It wasn't 1-on-1.
Here's the other thing I'd have to say, and I've heard this argument a lot of times for Wilt Chamberlain. Again, while he maybe didn't have to go against all these crazy players, when he still went against Bill Russell, who was that other greatest player of that generation, he still dominated Bill. And there were games where they go back and forth, but he still dominated Bill for the most part. Okay. So that's similar to I don't know. I can't really think of 2 cross players, but
I want to see the numbers from where he quote unquote dominated Bill Russell. But,
I'm sure I can pull him up currently and show you that he'd go off on game. Here, I'll even do that. Go ahead and go with your side ball.
With the Bill Russell thing, Bill Russell also 6'9". So if you think about it,
but defensively, he's regarded as one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes. But even Bill Russell, who are the other dominant bigs that in those days?
There was none.
Yeah, but Bill Russell is, more. I get their team was the first super team that's number 1.
They won 11 championships.
Exactly, but I mean that Bill Russell argument is because Bill Russell was 6'9".
Here's what Wilt averaged against Bill Russell in his career: 30 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists.
But what did Bill Russell average back?
Yeah,
15 points, 20 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Exactly.
Well, I'm saying the rebounds are close.
And
the points are obviously way different.
Yeah, but the thing is with Wilt, he was like 7'2", something like that.
Yeah,
6'9".
Yeah, that's just like saying, let's see who I can't name a dominant center. That's terrible now. But if we had who's a 7 foot Hakeem against Draymond Green, Hakeem is supposed to get 30 in the post. He's supposed to get 30.
I use the same argument they were just using earlier for Stockton as point guard because of all his assists, and then Curry because of his threes. Wilt scored 100 in a game. That in and of itself puts you somewhere on the list.
Okay.
He averaged 50 for a season.
Okay.
That in and of puts you for a season. You know how you were just saying that you couldn't score 60
right.
if you get 50 shots? I don't care if I'm going and playing fifth graders. I don't know if I could put up 50 points a game.
You better.
You need to.
50 points a game for 82 games?
You better.
Your
You
shot
need to.
still has to fall.
No,
You need to.
You better. You better.
You can bully those little fifth graders to the paint,
Yeah,
dude.
you better. That's what I'm saying. That's you can bully the little fifth graders. Exactly what you
but I don't know if fifth grade is necessarily the right thing. Because I know we're like shitting on these guys, these plumbers and things like that, but there were still probably real good athletes in there at that time.
But 6'6" and 7'1", and Wilt was ahead of his time. That was what it was. He was bigger.
This is like kind of saying
faster and longer than everyone else.
How tall was Jalen?
6'4".
Your roommate. That's like saying Jalen. I'll lock down Jalen in the paint.
Exactly.
That ain't happening.
Well, for sure, and even Mike would say, he wouldn't, because that's why he wouldn't play Jalen over.
But that's the same thing we're talking about, though.
Well, but I'll even say this too. Then here's why I also argue for Wilt being one of the greatest of all time, because there have been players that have been damn well taller than him, 7'6", 7'7", and have they dominated like Wilt? Fuck no. Have they gone against 6'6" players?
But they're in their time though. Like Yao Ming.
If Yao Ming was in there with Wilt, dude.
But Yao Ming went against Shaq. He went against other players his size.
I'm saying you put Yao Ming on 7'6" against 6'6" or something like
He's
that.
dominating. He's 110%.
Out of this, hey.
Oh my God.
We got
Yao dominated the league in his day. He just had injuries.
We got about less than 15 minutes left. Let's go to the final topic. This topic I thought was going to be heated than this, more heated than this thing. I didn't think this was going to get this heated.
Yeah.
Last topic.
He was blasphemous.
Okay. The Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan system player. Moving on.
He can't talk basketball no more after this.
Okay, so the final topic is MJ Jordan, greatest of all time at this moment in LeBron's career against Jordan's whole career.
And Ryan, what's your take?
Ryan, you got
I told him today, while I'd like to say LeBron, I do have to respect Jordan's greatness. I told Mike this. I think LeBron is a better all-around player, defensively, three-ball, free throw. Just
free throw? What?
Yeah. Jordan wasn't above an 80% free throw shooter.
You're sick!
What?
Oh,
what?
my God.
Sorry, finish.
Woo, boy.
Sorry, finish.
Dude, have you seen LeBron the last 2 years?
LeBron can shoot free throws if he wants to. LeBron doesn't want to shoot free throws. Anyways, an all-around player, you're looking at one minuscule stat is a free throw, is an overall comparison.
What?
Three ball, facilitating, and post. I'd say LeBron excels past Jordan. He did have the fadeaway, but I'm saying in all regards. So I think LeBron.
Michael Jordan's career free throw percentage is 84%.
Okay, but I know. But again, you're looking at one small thing. I'm not saying that.
You said LeBron was better than him in free throw.
Here's my point. All right, but I won't even get there. I'm saying LeBron is a better all-around player than Michael Jordan. Everything, a better basketball player. But I'd say.
He's a better scorer than Michael?
No, I didn't say everywhere. I told Mike today. I said Mike today, all-around player. Just because all-around doesn't mean you're a better scorer. If you're an all-around better player, that means you're not a scorer, or just primarily a scorer. I'm saying LeBron is a better all-around player than Jordan, but Jordan still has the accolades, the undefeated finals, and things like that to go past LeBron. If LeBron wins MVP this year, and LeBron wins the NBA Finals this year, that damn well puts him about neck and neck with Jordan, if we're being realistic.
So he has 4 rings compared to 6?
But he'll have the same amount of MVPs. He'll have better scoring. He'll have better points for his career almost. If LeBron's projected to score how many he's going to have, he's going to shoot better than that. He shot way better than three-point percentage than him. And I hate when people say Jordan wasn't a three-point shooter. He made 11 threes in a row. He could shoot threes if he wanted to or was good at it. He just wasn't. So LeBron is a better basketball player. Jordan is a better scorer and champion. And
what do you, Mike?
Okay. No, Jordan is definitely. I'm not saying definitely. I'm not gonna get disrespectful, but Jordan is a better all around player than LeBron is, and I say that because later in MJ's career, he can shoot threes better than LeBron can right now, without a doubt. Better free throw shooter.
I'm trying to look up Jordan's best 3-point percentage.
His best 3-point percentage for his season was 50%.
Thank you. And
how many threes did he shoot?
That was only in 17 games, 3%.
Yeah.
For a full season, 82 games. His highest was 43%.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Nope.
I'll look up LeBron's. No. You don't
you.
even know LeBron's.
LeBron is not shooting over 40%.
Okay.
And maybe that one year in Miami where him and DWade made a agreement where they wouldn't shoot threes in games. That's how easy it was for him. But is it okay? Answer this question: is LeBron a better scorer?
Nope.
No, and I didn't say he was.
LeBron is a better passer.
Yes.
LeBron isn't a better defender.
No, I'd say Jordan is probably better, but just because of DPOYs and things like that, and Jordan's at a young age. Yeah, he's a better defender.
Jordan's a better defender.
Okay.
What about in the clutch?
Jordan takes that shot
Without a doubt. Hey,
rebounding for Jordan's position against rebounding for LeBron's position. I mean, they're close.
It's hand in hand.
Michael Jordan averaged 6 rebounds a game as a shooting guard.
Exactly. So and that's
LeBron's highest season was 42% from 3. So we're talking about literally 2% off difference.
But if you watch Jordan play, you would know he's a better shooter than LeBron. Last year,
What's LeBron's career 3-point percentage?
He's not looking at him, but it's okay. And we're not even talking about accolades. I'm just breaking down.
LeBron's career 3-point percentage was 35. It's 35 currently.
Michael Jordan's is worse, 33%.
But that's early in his day though. That's when threes weren't a thing. That started in the 80s. That's why I said later in Michael's career, when he got a 3-point shot, that's when he was a lot better.
The first 4 seasons of Michael Jordan's career, he shot 17, 17, 18, 13 from 3.
And everyone knew he couldn't shoot. Nobody really shot threes back then. I mean, in the 80s. I mean, that's easy. That just destroyed his career percentage. He went from 17 to 44, 43%. That's ridiculous. But with MJ, you have to take in clutchness. LeBron doesn't want that last shot. I love LeBron, but he doesn't want the last shot.
Do you know that if LeBron actually wanted to have that last shot and wanted to have that spotlight,
but he doesn't.
He could, but again, that's also in and of itself. That's something that's a greater asset in him.
How?
What?
You're the best player.
No, because he knows because he knows that there are guys around him that could do better than him in that area, such as a DWade in Miami or a Kyrie in Cleveland. He knows that there are guys that are meant to do that.
I disagree. Game 3 of the finals last year. Why did he pass to Korver? He was at the rim, dunked on somebody like he was on series.
Because LeBron would rather facilitate. That's his mentality.
That's the game, though. You lose the game with Korver.
But he lost. Yeah, that could have cost him the series. It could have been 2-2 going to Game 5.
I'm not arguing with you saying that I disagree with him. I'm telling you from his perspective why he thinks like that.
Yes, if it was a good play, I agree. But LeBron, you say he's bigger. He's dunk on Draymond. I mean, dude.
Draymond can now stop driving LeBron.
I mean,
by the way, Korver missed a shot, yes. But was it a good look? Yes. So if Korver makes that shot, LeBron is heralded as even better.
No, think about this. Think about this. You have arguably, you're arguing he's the greatest player of all time, LeBron James.
No, I said I still think Jordan's better. I said by the end of LeBron's career, I believe he will.
Well, yeah, okay. So still, you're saying he's might be the greatest player of all time in a few years. He's gonna pass up a shot to a player that is Kyle Korver. I mean, he's a 3-point specialist, but
again, LeBron doesn't view it that way, and that's all I'm saying. He doesn't view it as just because he's one of the greatest of all time.
He needs to win the game.
But again. But there's
the
also
NBA Finals. I don't want to hear that.
I understand, but again, there's something to be said that you always look for the best shot.
Kyle Korver wasn't wide open. It was
a damn good shot.
He wasn't wide open.
The film.
He had a layup though. He was at the rim.
Who would you rather have shooting the shot?
He did a jump pass. Only thing he could have finished. I'm just saying LeBron could have finished the play. He could have finished the play. And another thing against LeBron is that Dallas series. Jordan's not having that.
That was LeBron's first time in an NBA Finals.
No, it wasn't. He got swept against the Spurs.
That I don't consider that a finals.
I do.
No.
I do.
The Spurs were obviously the way better team.
Okay.
But again,
I'm not saying that hurt LeBron's image. I mean, because obviously he didn't have anybody on his team. But it wasn't his first finals experience. It was not.
But when you get swept 4-0, you didn't learn anything. You
just
learned
did.
it. But
you were in the experience.
Just because you get swept 4-0s in the finals versus if you got swept 4-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals, there's no difference between that. You get clapped, you get clapped. If a team's better than you, a team's better than you.
It's a difference.
LeBron arguably learned more in his loss to the Mavericks than in his loss to the Spurs. LeBron learned more. LeBron learned after the loss to the Mavericks.
Because if you score 8 points in the NBA Finals game, I hope you do learn something. You're the greatest player of all time.
Again. he learned more in that game and figured out what it means to turn around and become a champion. And again, maybe LeBron learned because LeBron tried in the Maverick series to take the last shot and he didn't. So maybe he learned that that's not what he's good for in basketball. And that in and of itself, if
you're the best player.
I don't care if you're the best player in the world. If you know that you are the best player, but you don't excel in a certain area and you humble yourself enough to pass that off, that's more respectable than taking a contested three just to win the damn game.
Who said it has to be contested? LeBron.
It's a contested layup against Draymond Green at the final seconds of the game.
You're saying, I can see if we're comparing him to Kyrie Irving. Of course, I mean, okay, you passed it up. That's not going to distinguish.
I'd like y'all to go back and
distinguish him against Jordan.
I'd like y'all to go back and actually see that play. I think you have a very specific way that it played back in your head.
It would have been a contested layup. Yes, but a contested layup against a contested 3-pointer. And with LeBron taking a contested layup, I'm taking it 10 out of 10. But again, at the time that
LeBron passed it, Korver was open. There was not like there was somebody on Korver.
And KD was closing out. So that's the problem. I mean, that's why LeBron is his image is damaged because of plays like, dude, take the shot. Take the it's not the shot, it's the layup. Take the layup.
Okay.
That Dallas, I don't say you're defending the Dallas series. I don't think he defended the Dallas series. I love LeBron. He's not defending the Dallas series.
I didn't defend the Dallas series. All I said about the Dallas series was he learned more in that than in of the self from the original loss to the Spurs.
Oh, what happened again the second time he lost to the Spurs?
What are you talking about? They just outplayed him. Again, I'm saying that in that first time here, and for y'all that are listening, they're going ahead and watching this play currently. And right now, LeBron's at the top of the key, and he's getting guarded by, it looks like Kevin
Draymond.
Okay, look.
He has a...
But again, hold on, no. Time out. This isn't over myself cruising. No. Hold on.
Why is he out there playing with the basketball?
Okay, time out. Draymond cut him off. Where do you see a lane to go?
Look, go back. Watch the play.
Everybody that's listening, I want you to go watch this play.
Draymond is jumping at him. Watch. Go to the rim. Go to the rim. He out there playing. He's out there playing with
look at that. Look who Clay. If Clay wants to, Clay can suck right in here. Clay can go ahead right and get in that paint. He can.
Off Kyrie? Then yes, you pass to a wide open Kyrie, like Jordan passed to a wide open
But that's similar. But no. Hold on.
Using pass to a wide open Steve Kerr.
Okay, but using your logic.
Pass the ball.
Okay.
But Kyle Korver wasn't open. Why did LeBron take the contested fadeaway in the paint jumper?
He did it. He passed it to Korver.
But why did he let Kyle Korver take the contested jumper and him taking the contested little
floater? Again, what you just said, pass it to Kyrie. LeBron crossed over left, so it's the same thing on the left side and it would be the right side.
But it's Kyrie taking the shot, not Korver.
No. I also said, you're saying if Klay Thompson sucked in and helped off, that means Kyrie been opener in the corner. He been wide open. Then yes, of course you passed the ball. That's the logical play.
Wasn't wide open.
But he wasn't wide open either. If LeBron was that, I love LeBron, like I said, but he needs to be that guy and take the floater. He even has just take the little fadeaway dirt jumper. He's doing it all series. Why can't he do it in the last play? Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If he's doing it all his life, why can't he do it in the last play?
But again, what you have to sometimes also realize, these guys are human. They don't know if they can sometimes get that shot. They don't know if they want to get that shot. They sometimes get scared of the pressure. His life. They are human.
Thank you. If he's scared of the pressure, that's not fine. I mean, I don't excuse that.
Do you honestly think that there was not a time in which Jordan... Do you not think there honestly was a time in which Jordan missed a shot or didn't take a certain shot? Again, what we hear about is all of these hiatus moments of Jordan. Jordan went in a finals game, I believe, 2 for 20 or something. We hear about
he played. Okay, yeah, he had. Like you said, you're human. He had bad games. Everybody has bad games.
We don't hear about Jordan's bad games, though. We don't. We hear about all that's great, and I think 30.
In these arguments or debates, where you do hear about them, like you brought them up, I completely understand. He had bad games. He missed game-winning shots. He didn't make every single one of them. He's human.
He's not afraid to hit that shot, though.
But he's 10 times out of 10, he's going to take... If it's 1-on-1, he's taking that shot. If 1-on-2, he's taking that shot. But if Steve Kerr is wide open at the top of the key or right wing, he can pass the ball.
Here's my final argument, then we'll go ahead and close. Why can't you see LeBron and Jordan as, yes, while they're two of the greatest of all time, they're obviously different men and different players? Why can't you still respect that LeBron may be a pass-first guy, but that doesn't discredit him from being able to be the greatest of all time just because he doesn't want to take the last shot? Nobody ever said in a guideline that just because you want to take that last shot means you're the greatest of all time.
Nope. Because that is a part of the game. That you're just taking a part of the game. Okay, would you think Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time if he can't lead his team down the field in the final drive?
No, but that's completely different.
No, that's the same thing. It's the last play. Or the last like 3 or 4 plays. If you disappear in the final 2 minutes.
Wait, but listen to this then. I'll even turn that back on you. If you do have to lead your team down a charge, somebody has to fucking catch the football. Somebody has to still make that play, or somebody has to still run in.
But it's the quarterback. If the quarterback can't make that throw.
Listen to this. Did Russell Wilson lead the Seahawks down to the goal line in the Super Bowl? Did they not complete it? And did Marshawn Lynch not go ahead? And he effed up.
Did he throw the pick though? He
did.
He cost the game. He cost the game. He didn't lead them down the field. He didn't finish it off. That's like saying LeBron led them down through the whole way, but did not show up the last 2 minutes of the game.
All right.
LeBron has had his moments where you feel like the Magic series when they were down like 3-0.
Hey, that wasn't Russell Wilson's play call either. That was the coach.
It wasn't his play call, but it was still his throw.
But if you but just to finish this off, if you go back and watch that play, the receiver stopped running and the guy cut him off.
Okay,
it's the receiver's fault.
Okay,
just from my point of view,
I understand that, but with LeBron, unless he goes on a tear and wins like 5 more straight rings or some insane, and then that doesn't matter. That cancels out the closeness.
How many rings is LeBron at right
3.
now?
Yeah.
3. I believe truly LeBron is with 2 more rings. 2. I think he gets 5. He finishes one behind Jordan.
When does he get these 2 rings at?
This year and in 2 more years. After the Warriors disband. They're not going to be able to stay together.
They're going to win this year.
Huh?
They're going to win this year.
That's debatable.
That's debatable.
They're going to win this year.
It's debatable.
I know you're such a big Warriors fan, or you like.
Dude, I'm not a Warriors fan at all.
Well, I'm just saying. I know you like that.
You just want me in a Warriors shirt?
Again, somebody bought this shirt for me. I wear what I wear if I get bought. I wear a freaking Sixers jersey if I had the opportunity. If somebody bought it for me, but again, and we'll get on to this next podcast. This will actually be the topic we introduce with. The Warriors are finally built to be destroyed. Teams have come after them finally in different ways. The Thunder and the Cavs. The Cavs have a good enough roster.
No one's touching them with the Cavs.
Huh?
No one's touching
the Thunder. The Thunder are going to be the first team to hand the Warriors a loss this year. That's facts.
A series loss or one loss?
And a loss.
Yeah, they might.
The
Warriors are going to win 4-2.
Huh?
Like 4-1 series?
I said go 4-2.
The Warriors are going to win 4-2.
So that don't hurt the Warriors.
That doesn't hurt them at all.
They take them in 6 games.
Again, I'm saying
that helps the Warriors get some hard games.
You know how also, and we'll close with this. You know how also Dak hasn't been as efficient this year and as amazing as he is last year. People are going to have another year to watch this Warriors film and see what their team did with Kevin Durant. Do you not think teams are going to adjust? Coaches are going to.
They had 82 games.
82 games. There's a whole summer of labbing and working that's completely different. You know that, Mike.
No, 82 games, a full season to watch all that film.
Okay,
they don't mean.
But do you think they had a full team playing together all
talent
82 games? Hell no, they didn't have everybody all the games playing together and on the same pace. You know, if you had a rival high school, and you play at rival,
the only team that can touch them is the Cavs, bro.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
They're
not even playing together. How do you know they're not even good? They might suck together.
Like Miami the first season. Those were best friends. And they still took them like a season and a quarter, season and a half to get it together. I don't think. 4-2. I give you 4-2. They take them to 4-2. They take them to 4-2. Whatever. But I don't think they have a shot beating them. Not at all. The Warriors are hard to beat without KD. With KD, that's a different animal.
Are we gotta close with that?
Yeah, I guess we gotta go. But I mean, yeah, we have stuff to do. But this is a great debate, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for another podcast. Thanks for joining us, and good night.
Yep.